Disclaimer. We are not Critical Role or roleplay professionals, so please do temper your expectations. For this campaign, we are going to be attempting one of the hardest written campaigns known to Dungeons & Dragons. Tyranny of Dragons. The characters that we'll be playing in this campaign are as followed. The fallen Aasimar paladin, Lucille von Rondanor, played by myself, his adopted daughter, the feral child shifter barbarian, Alice von Rondanor, played by Ray, the vulture Araroka Holowon Dampiem monk, Mortis the Damned, played by Troll, and finally, the Dragonborn druid Trish, played by the captain. And as per usual, we have our favourite, bunny-obsessed, forever thespian DM, Andy Rue, to set the scene and carry us through this marvellous misadventure into the Forgotten Realms, as Lucille and co. fight to stop the Dragon Cult's plans.
Okay, tonight's the night. Will the B team get promoted to my main dice pool after last week's horrific... Okay, yeah, about that.
After last week's letdown.
Yes. Come on, B team. My red, my blues and my blacks. Come on.
He's talking to his dice.
Yes.
Should
Come
we call
on,
the
guys.
doctors now?
You can do better.
I better make a psychiatric
You
roll.
can do better than
And
you
with
did.
that, welcome to this week's...
Welcome to this week's edition of Breaking Tyranny. Or just Breaking Andy. There we go. The DM can talk.
Hello. Welcome. And I do mean welcome to Tyranny of Dragons. Welcome all. Welcome players. Welcome back. Just reminding ourselves about last week. Yes. It was pretty much a one location sort of. Lots of good role playing, lots of fun.
Yep.
You made some new friends.
Cute little tyke. Yeah.
Certain Onthar Frume, or Frume, or Fromage, I don't know how, but...
Yep. And our certain undead bird fellow decided to play the Uno reverse card.
And enlighten the paladin to what he's doing is rather darker than he expected.
Yes, the the players, as we know, and visited Elturel. It is Elturel.
Yes.
Elturel, yes.
The city of blinding lights.
Yes,
Which
very
they had to
blinding
change the light
light.
bulb daily because that was hell on the electric bill.
Obviously, the city of paladins.
Unless he's energy saving.
And after a brief search for their friend, Alantha.
Yeah, because he forgot to mention where he would be.
So they managed to find Leosin Alantha in a particular tavern. They got all well acquainted, and Onthar Froome, who is a member of the Order of the Gauntlet, and
Handing out the recruitment pamphlets.
managed to convert, well,
Not really convert.
at least to him.
Okay, so in Lucille's mindset to this, he's not doing it because it's the right paladin thing to do. He's doing it for the fame.
Of course.
And the money.
Of
And
course.
potentially the women that come with it.
The
And
women,
stories.
wine, the cars that shine.
And the stories.
Women, wine, cars that shine.
Oh, okay.
I should say carts, not cars, but there we go. You know what I mean.
Bragging rights.
You
The
could have
fame,
a
the fame.
You could
The
have a
rubies.
gold-plated cart that shines. Be a massive beacon to bandits, though.
You should have like a permanent red carpet, like servants sort of rolling it as you walk. And have more servants like throwing flowers and things like that.
Don't give Lucille ideas.
Obviously, the enemies will know where to find you.
Yeah.
What's this long carpet?
Well, given that Lucille would probably end up wearing just some adornment so enemies know where he is at all times, like a certain Japanese general back in, I think, the Sengoku era?
I know what you need.
Honda Tanakatsu.
No, I know what you need.
Massive antlers on his helmet so everyone would know where he is.
I know what you need.
What?
You need the magic item, the Cloak of Bellowing.
Yes.
So it just billows out behind you all the time.
I talk about bellowing. There's been a lot of bellowing, isn't it? It's the bellowing between paladins.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The
Asserting.
sword measuring contest, as it were.
Yes, asserting their
Well,
power.
Sword.
So, yeah.
With air quotation, finger marks.
Finger marks.
Air quotes.
Bunnies. In my opinion, anyway.
God, that's going to sound really weird out of context. Air quotes. Bunnies. And we're already 5 minutes into this recording.
We're having fun already, aren't we?
Yeah, we're a bit giddy.
And Lloyd's bunnies.
Okay. Right, so Ontha Frume, or Frume, let's call him Frume because it sounds more sexier, and Leosin Alantha, and amongst a few others, sort of inviting the player characters to get involved in a mission, because obviously there's this concern about the Cult of the Dragon. Everybody knows they're amassing treasure and they're making their way up north. The only question is, where exactly is this treasure being taken to, and what is the cult planning to do with it? So what Froome and Alantha sort of suggested was a trip all the way up to Waterdeep.
Which you're looking forward to, aren't you?
Yes, which Lucille is very looking forward to.
Which is a long journey, because they advise you to go to Baldur's Gate first, where the best way is to pose as guards, offer yourself to merchants to join like a caravan sort of train. That will make their journey. That often make their journeys from Baldur's Gate all the way to Waterdeep. So that way you got a bit of cover, and so you might be able to learn rumours on the way
And earn money.
Yes.
and that kind of thing. So, and because by then your characters have gained quite a reputation down south already. Certain leaders.
Are people going to want to hire my character? Because I'm like, what?
They would want
I'm
to
a
hire.
girl. I'm a tiny child.
They would want to hire me, but you're like, it's like my daughter comes with us because we don't actually have a home.
And
She's very handy in a fight.
Yes. She can wield an axe like 3 times the size of her.
so obviously in Baldur's Gate,
can
which is
bite
the
your
bustling
ankles
centre
off.
of trade. And this is where a lot, because obviously being a trade city, that's
Yep.
where the link between Baldur's Gate and Waterdeep, there's always this road of importance between the two, sort of trade route. And so hopefully, so it's a very, very long journey, 750 miles between Baldur's Gate and Waterdeep.
That's a really long time in
It is.
parts.
Now, according to this, it will last approximately 40 days. Bearing in mind there will be stops for rests and that kind of thing, and so
Why are you sniggering to yourself, Joel? Care to share with the class?
As the crow flies.
You're a vulture!
As the vulture flies.
That would have worked if you were a Kenku.
where is this leading to?
Well, they have to follow the roads.
Oh yes. Yeah, this is a bad sort of joke anyway. Do you know what kind of coffee exists in D&D world?
Oh god.
Kenku coffee. Sorry about that. I am so sorry. I apologise.
Right,
I
so we're going to be
apologise.
looking for people to hire us, are we?
Yes, that is the general plan.
Well, hi, you two.
They could hire you.
Beat him in an arm wrestling.
Child labour.
I'm very short for my age.
Well, you are anyway, in real life.
I'm 5'5". I'm the tallest one in my family. Thank you very much.
You could be like a guard dog. But they realise you're more like, when the character acts more like a dog than a little girl, they'll probably think, oh, that's all right. You might get one merchant thinking, put you on the leash or something.
He puts my daughter on a leash. I'm taking his bloody arm.
I'm going to bite his kneecaps off.
Okay. So now that you guys know your mission,
Are they coming with us? Or are they leaving all the hard work to us?
Yeah, they're going to leave the
Well,
hard
they-
work to you.
Make their way up to
Because-
Wardy, head to the Winchester, have a pint, and wait for all of this to blow over.
Oh, just
Damn it, they know our plan says on far through May.
Are we literally
That's meant to be your secret mission.
Are we going left to go right?
No one's gonna get that joke.
Well, they ain't going to come along with you. Unless next week I come across a passage in the book saying, I say accompany you. Oh, I didn't read that bit. But for now, I'm taking it they ain't coming along. I do read the book. I do read it. Seriously. Certain things escape me, but there you go. That's what improvisation is for. Okay then. So, is there anything that the characters wish to do in the effort to get ready?
No, don't need anything.
No.
I think we did all our shopping last week.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
What? You bought a load of stuff for us, didn't you?
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys leveled up last time. It was a pretty cool session. I thought, what, sort of reward that. But there's something additional because normally the way the book is saying is that you wouldn't hit that milestone until the end of that journey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys the leveling up, and rather than have only half the events, I like to run all of them as the journey goes up. So that'll be the deal. I let you guys sort of level up. So. But obviously you won't reach your next milestone until it says on the book. So at least you got whatever powers and abilities that you require.
Here's the thing. Most bosses are going to be a walk in the park because we've got
No.
Because we have a monk at level 5.
No.
And
Of
given
course.
Andy's rolls...
No.
Well, not just that, but bear this in mind. Even I've had a mighty powerful boss with lots of hit points and very high armour class. All it would take is for the monk to say, stun! And
Because
I'm like,
monks are allowed to do that. Absolutely nothing.
the boss is not immune to stun. Oh no, that's really ruined
The
my
best
encounter.
things about stuns is he usually goes before me in the last few combats he hasn't been going before me, but...
Well, you need to
Details.
start rolling the paladin place.
Huh?
You need to start coming last in the initiative.
That only happens if Jim's in the party or you're playing a paladin. Like I said, I can roll high on initiative, nothing else.
I'm just a pint-sized slayer.
Yes.
So, we have 2 sets of thieves' tools, a poisonous kit, a herbalism kit, 3 dragon ante, because it's going to be a long road.
No, we don't need a herb. We didn't buy a herbalism kit. I have one already.
Oh, okay.
You just need to play I Spy for the whole journey.
I bought
1,000 ball bearings, because you never know when you're going to need a ball bearing.
It's got 1,000 balls.
Yes.
Wow, the man with 1,000 balls.
Yep.
I've also bought 100 caltrops.
Ow.
Because you never know when they're going to be helpful, if they're enemy. Because you remember that encounter we had in the Sunless Citadel? About 100 goblins running up the stairs at us. I just decided to throw caltrops and ball bearings.
You did.
90 of them fall off.
Yeah, carry on.
See, that would have been the equivalent of having D4s, basically, you know what I mean?
Well, actually, no, it is actually rumoured that in defence of people that played D&D back when it first came out, and you know those religious types thinking, oh, it's the work of the devil. He invented the D4 for a defence mechanism, because you can just throw a pile of these on the floor and it's worse than stepping on Lego. I know!
Pretty much.
Well, actually, my dad knows. Because I said, don't come in. I've dropped one of my dice on my floor. Next thing I hear is him going, just shouting profanities. And I went, oh, you found it. Like, seriously, step on a D4. It's worse than stepping on Lego.
It deals 1d4 damage.
That was actually really well
well,
timed.
D4 generally.
It's
but
D4 of piercing damage.
But like a D100 on your feet.
Yeah.
And it is piercing damage.
And we know that feet count as vulnerable in this. Okay. Just sort of moving swiftly on. What we'll do is that I'll sort of describe briefly the journey from Elturel to Baldur's Gate. The trip requires entering a sailing vessel, so you guys will be going along the Clonthar River. And as he kind of describes, a sailing vessel can make that trip sort of downstream in about 3 days.
We know what this group's like with boats.
And
Oh,
in
yeah.
our last campaign where we went on that, when we had to sink that boat.
Yeah.
the good thing is that Onthar is happy to pay your expenses of that trip, because the trip on that boat is like 50 gold. 50 gold each.
Okay, so are
Well,
we...
we've got like
What
couple
about a
thousand
child
left.
fee? Don't child under like.
Well, no, we can just stuff you in a bag. There we go, stowaway.
Am I not half price, Andy?
Well, yeah, carry on.
Aren't we going to get hired as well by the caravan train?
I think we've got to do that later.
Yeah. Well, it'll all happen in Baldur's Gate. So
Okay.
yeah. So what I'll say is,
Back again.
initially Onthar sort of gave, here's 50 gold each to pay your way through. They don't realise she's on it, so technically you guys made 50 gold. So add that to the treasure.
Donks.
Yes.
And if
Profit.
Onthar ever discovers that,
He bet and he lost 50 gold.
there we go.
Lucille's never going to tell him.
Can we have money for a Kit Kat? Can we have some sweetie money, Andy?
He forgot to give us money for the gift shop. Bastard.
Forgot to give us a bento.
Fiend. We'll have to buy bread and run to school with it on our mouths.
Melon pan.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Well, additionally, before you guys sort of leave, they kind of suggest that if you could try and make yourselves disguise yourselves as as best as you can, because obviously you guys have already gained a reputation down south. And a bit of a reputation for those that have witnessed, obviously, I think they're going to recognise, for different reasons.
I don't know if I could
I don't think they might recognise that
she'll be
much.
stuffed in the bag, so we don't
Yeah.
so we don't have to pay for her. They'll recognise me because Lucille refuses on principle to wear a helmet because it'll mess up his hair.
But your character's like the most vocal. Your character's like the most loud, and your character's obviously the most weirdest.
But I am covered like virtually head to toe all the time in
He
robes
just looks like
anyway.
an emaciated old man in robes.
Yeah.
So you've got the cover. She's got the cover totally stuffed in the bag, so she don't even have to worry about.
And then
being
there's
hired or
Lucille, who wants everyone to know he's there.
And so it's down to your character on how, if he has to either make a show of himself anyway, which would be like danger magnet,
Or are you going to put some toes on?
which means we might have
Why don't you just wear a fake mustache?
That works as well as glasses.
Put some
which
glasses on then.
would make the journey even longer.
Pardon me.
Shall I put a fake mustache on my on the bottom of my mask?
Just a little goatee, like Susie or Lucille's
Yes.
evil twin or something.
Yes. Have like a little stick-on goatee.
Hang on a minute. You are Lucille.
Well, as soon as you introduce yourself as I am
Lucille von...
No, what you can have is you have like these fake eyebrows, right? They're no different to the original ones. So when you say Lucille von Rondener, people say, no, you're not. Whoosh. Oh my god, it is!
But no, Lucille... He's not.
Not going to.
Because he doesn't wear a helmet because it'll mess up his hair.
Okay.
And he wants to, to the very root of his being, he wants people to know he's there. It's why he's an Aasimar who doesn't hide the fact that he's an Aasimar.
That's his choice. Okay then.
I can
And
go,
if people
woof,
want-
woof, I'm a dog.
And if people want to pick a fight on the boat, I hope they can swim. Because I'll pick them up and throw them off.
You can always release the angry child, Wolf.
Yes, I will release Child.
Release the angry child.
You can have a.
Because nothing's worse than a crying child on a bloody transport.
Have her in a basket. Like carrying a basket or something like that.
I'm not doing a demon slayer.
What else is going on? I'm not Nezuko!
Okay. So blah blah blah. Okay, so the trip downriver to Baldur's Gate is uneventful.
Aww.
It'll take about 3 days or 2, unless you guys wish to cause a scene, which is entirely up to you. You guys causing a scene?
No.
Not yet. He's going to wait until someone actually approaches.
We're all going on a
Summer
summer
holiday.
holiday.
Oh, please no. Please,
Do what you
no.
want because a pirate is free.
You
You're a pirate. Yar har fiddly dee bee. We're just singing songs all the way down.
Yeah.
Well, he's singing. They're singing coming from his backpack, and then there's someone else that's not singing.
They'll think the singing's coming from you.
The wheels on the boat go round and round.
Oh no.
Cart.
As your characters are singing this, you notice quite a few people sort of crying, just like, please make them stop, make them stop.
Rolling down the
River. Rolling, rolling, rolling down the river.
Okay, so Baldur's Gate is a bustling centre of trade, with goods coming from north and south by wagon along the tradeway and by ship on the Sea of Swords, and from the east along the river Keonthar, which you guys are sort of going along, and from Cormyr and Sambia. So Baldur's Gate, as you can see on the map, is situated on a prominent bluff next to the river,
Baldur's Gate before, because this is where his paladin order is.
overlooking an excellent natural harbour. Now, Baldur's Gate is divided into 3 distinct segments. You've got the upper city, where the richest and most influential citizens live. You've got the city's marketplace, known as the Wide. And you also got the lower city, which surrounds the harbour and where most of the city's merchants live.
And it's the most wretched hive of scum and villainy you'll ever see in the universe.
Pretty much. And you also got the area known as the outer city, which lies beyond the walls, where most of the city's labourers reside in conditions that vary from crowded but clean to squalid. And obviously that's the first part of Baldur's Gate that you see.
Wait, which part? The outer, the lower, the docks.
The outer.
Okay.
Yeah, you got the outer part.
Yeah.
Then you got the lower part of the city. You got the marketplace, then there's the wide, and you got the upper city, which all the cream of the crop. And so, as you guys approach the gates,
to the top.
are you guys bringing any horses or anything? Do you have horses?
Did we bring our horses on the boat?
You can do. The horses will be uncomfortable during the journey.
We did have a car.
So
Yeah, we did have a horse and cart, so we would have brought that on with
yes,
us.
you can do that.
Because I was just imagining a moment of Lucille forgetting we left the cart back in El Torel.
Yeah, when you say that, meanwhile, Onthar and Leosin are like dancing on the car. I'm sure this cart belonged to someone I know. Oh well, don't matter.
Did you remember
I'm sure
to-
we can sell it for about 10 gold.
Did you remember to lock the horse? Bloop, bloop. You locked the horse. Bloop, bloop.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Did you lock the horse?
So we take the horse and cart off the boat, because we're not forgetting that.
Unlock the boat. Unlock the horse, sorry.
I had to think what pops up.
It is.
It's ears. We're
And
keeping
ears.
this. We're keeping this family friendly, Andy.
Wow.
GP.
Okay.
Kinda.
Okay then, so you guys,
Not really.
the first area you enter is obviously the outer city, which is obviously outside the city. And everywhere around you, there's dirty-looking people, and you get average kind of citizens, going about their day, and then you get a few sort of reaching out with their hands as if to say, "Oh, do you want to put that on pause?"
Hold on. Sorry about that brief pause. We kind of had phone ringing.
Okie dokie. So as I say, there are about 3 citizens, obviously rough-looking, and approaching you, not saying anything, obviously holding out their hands in your direction, like that, as if to hint.
What Lucille does
Yeah.
is, because obviously they don't know how paladins can be. He just puts his hand on his sword,
Yeah.
just like left hand, just on sword, just gesturing to them. Just, you're not worth our time. Please move aside. That whole that whole thing that you do see in fantasy movies where the guards will put their hands on swords.
Okay.
Everyone gets the message of let's just back off.
Mm-hmm.
So that just doing that.
Yeah. Is your character reacting to that in any way?
He's watching them.
Okay then.
I'm still in a backpack.
Down the backpack. Okay then. So they kind of just sort of stand there. Got any spare change? Got any spare change? Sort of repeating it. Got any spare change? And then turning to your character. Got any spare change? Got any spare change? Sort of.
He's not doing anything. He's literally staring at them blankly.
Like Lucille, I'm gonna have Lucille draw his sword slightly.
Okay then.
I'm taking the renegade option.
I'm gonna put my hand to you and say, "Don't bother."
Yes, by the look of them, they'll be dead in a week.
Roll for intimidation anyway, because even that might just be enough for them to.
7. I'm going to roll that as well. So that is 15.
Okay. Having seen you just partly pull out the blade, was enough for them to sort of walk away as if nothing's happened.
Because, right, Lucille mainly being based in Baldur's Gate, he's lived here for quite a number of years since becoming a paladin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say quite a number of years, he's lived here for 5 years. It's kind of like he's seen these people before, he's seen their act. Half of them aren't even poor, because I think that's a thing people do in Egypt, or something like that. I've only seen this in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah.
There's this whole thing about there being this, seemingly homeless person turns out to be basically really rich.
Yeah, there's a name for them. I think they're called rakes. I think it's a proper term because, well, it's. I think it was in Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, one of those ones where you could be a rake career. They're basically rich people who don't live the life of a rich person; they live the life of a poor person, and because either they find the thrill of it, or they pretend to be beggars or something like that. I think that's a proper term for it, rakes.
Yeah.
And. But I know what you mean. but did you want to make a kind of test to see if they may have been that kind of sort?
Lucille
or do you
probably
think it's not
wouldn't
worth your
care
time?
either way. It's just okay. So for one, he has to find a merchant caravan that's going towards Waterdeep, even though he'd rather avoid it. But he's going to go up to the Paladin Order here and basically just fill them in on what he's doing and the fact that he's now a bit higher pay grade than them now, because being Order of the Gauntlet now.
Okay, as you approach
He's going to rub this in as much as he can.
the order, so how is your character entering? Because what there is like a giant room, and there's a paladin who's busy writing something with a quill, dipping in his ink pen.
Andy, you're asking him how he's going to enter.
Yes.
Like flashback.
Now this paladin is of a name.
Bursts open the door, and he's like, "Boom, baby!"
And
Hello there, Blackadder.
right, his name. Hang on a minute. Mondaro. That's his name, Mondaro, and you recognise this one.
Ah, Mondaros!
When you
Still
say
up your
that-
eyes in pencil work, I see.
He rolls his eyes as if to think, "Oh no, please," and he slowly puts the pen back
The
in its
quill
ink.
back.
Well, you're back.
Yes.
To what do I owe this pleasure, Lucille?
Well, I've brought news.
News? Do tell.
I am setting out to
I've let you out the
stop
bag.
the Rising Dragon cult. I believe you read the Greenest report I issued.
Yes. Makes fascinating reading. Yes. Any witnesses, do I say, to this?
You can ask.
Andy?
Just Alice
Unless
just pops
Bruno
out the back.
I was there.
He jumps. My goodness! What is that?
Because they would know who Alice is.
Yeah.
Because he's been back to Baldur's Gate a few times and we've
Okay.
seen us with him.
And so basically, Tabalo actually stands up in fright. Don't stop doing that, you wicked child.
Well, you can go and ask the people of Greenest yourself, or the paladins that I called there beforehand. I believe actually Wetsack kind of stormed off, like he always does.
Lucille. Obviously, because you wrote to him, don't you? You
Yeah.
wrote to them. Lucille, the letter that you wrote to me. Now, as much as I enjoyed reading it, and of course,
It was
I
one
will
of
praise
the
you.
scrolls when in like I can't remember what it was. When they lower the scroll down, it
Yes.
falls to the floor and keeps going.
Yes.
It's like that.
That is the proper paladin scroll.
Yeah.
Even if they're saying one word, that's how they do it. It's worth a single word on that scroll is worth a whole length of paper. Seriously.
Yes.
And that's a paladin way of doing things. So, what he says is, you do remember the scroll that you gave regarding your exploits in Greenest with your companions. Do you
Yes.
mention the companions?
I mentioned Alice, but I left you with the part.
I'm not there, and I wasn't asked to be mentioned in any letter anyway.
Yeah, so it's basically just the heroic endeavours. And like he's also going to take Frulaf Mondath's halberd off his back and just kind of rest it on his shoulder. Because given a lot of people know what this halberd is,
I
He
believe
kind
that
of-
would suffice.
like, this will suffice as proof.
He kind of sort of asks you to lay it onto the table.
He does so.
He
Adjusts his
puts
glasses.
on his spectacles and he gets more like magnifying little lenses and examines the blade. Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. I think that's all the proof that's needed. Very well. He stands up
puts it back
and
on his
gives a
back.
paladin salute. Maybe like this.
The Rimmer special.
The Rimmer special. Well then, Lucille. I have good news and I have some bad news. Which would you like me to say first?
He
The
just,
good news!
he just says, "What has Wetsack done now?"
Oh, you know it's about him, do you?
Given the little tizzy he stormed off in back in Greenest, I was giving him a simple report, and he acts like I'm the third coming of...
Beelzebub.
Yes, that one.
Well, talking about his hissy fits, he happened to be here. Just happened to be there yesterday. And here I was with your scroll, and I was going to be displayed in the Hall of Scrolls, amongst all the scrolls, and promised me. And he said, "Oh, could I happen to read that?" The only thing is, though, it's not really hanging on the Hall of Scrolls.
He burnt it, didn't he?
No. He took it to the nearest latrine. And it's now there replacing the toilet roll.
How immature. Like, he's going to act like he's still in the right here, even though he antagonised Wetsack. He's going to... Oh, Wetsack, Wetsack, Wetsack. When will you grow up? You're 34.
You see, the thing is, Lucille, I don't want to get involved in this kind of thing. You know, I just let him get on with it. Normally I would have stopped him, and I should have stopped him. You know, it was a very beautiful scroll that you sent. Beautifully elaborate handwriting and everything. But I thought I might let you know. But look, this very blade is proof enough.
As long as the important people read it, I don't care what happens to the scroll afterwards.
But what was the good news?
The good news are cute little tyke. The good news is, a young lady, is that someone else has read the scroll.
Oh.
Yes. Do you happen to know someone of the name Sethriel?
Gets out his little paladin name logbook.
It's there.
Yes, I know.
Yes. The Sethriel. Yes.
Who's Sethriel?
And one would say that you're on your way to being a Sethriel. The Sethriel himself has read that very, very scroll. And my gosh, was he impressed.
Oh, I should also mention that a monk, a paladin of Torn by the name of Ondar Fromage, like misremembering his name. It's just, oh no, it was saying it right because I can't remember his name. Basically just said, oh, had extended an invitation for me for the Order of the Gauntlet.
The Order of the Gauntlet?
Why,
My
yes.
goodness, you are going places.
Like I said when I first joined here, I am destined for greatness. He just does the whole hair flick. And then just... Because as all of you would probably see that little glowing aura around him on the picture, that appears behind him as he flicks his hair. Just showing off the fact that he's an Asimar.
Well, he was very, very pleased to have read the scroll. And he hoped to have one day maybe meet up.
Ah.
But the time is wrong at the moment, for Sethriel was given a mission quite recently.
Okay.
A mission that leads him up north. I don't know what the mission is.
Oh, we're heading up north anyway.
Are you?
It's basically we are, as I said, we aim to stop the dragon cult. We're going to be joining a caravan under the guise of guards or whatever. Frankly, I was a little bit drunk when we got to that bit. Like, just saying that bit kind of under his breath that he wasn't fully paying attention to the mission briefing. And it's just like, and we are going to Waterdeep. He says through...
But he says that
Waterdeep.
Barlow kind of contains a smile.
We're going to
Well,
Waterdeep.
that would be fun.
We're going to Waterdeep.
Like, Lucille just sighs. You don't know the half of it.
It's best you keep that to yourself. Whatever it may
Yes.
be, best you keep that to yourself.
Now that I mention it, does the name High Justicar Michael mean anything to you? Out of question.
Justicar Michael. It rings a bell.
The Michael I mentioned before the session? Well, in this universe, a High Justicar of Waterdeep.
Ah, yes. Yes, it's coming back. It's coming back. Yes. Now carry on.
I'm just kind of hoping that we don't run into him.
Well, your journey is going to be fraught with troubles and obstacles on the way. In which case, is there anything that I could help aid in your mission for you and your... Is it just you two?
Yes, it is just me and my daughter.
Okay.
If you know of any merchant caravans going from here to Waterdeep, I would like you to pass on a message that I would be more than willing to help protect them.
Well, if you make your way down to the lower city, you'll encounter many, many merchants. And just find out through them. You'll find that the wagon trains tend to leave every couple of days.
Okay.
So depends on the rate of the trade and how many supplies they need to take
Alice
up.
is bored by the conversation. She just sat on the floor.
Where is your character, by the way?
I'm outside on the cart, waiting for them to come back out.
Because we're not
Okay,
taking him into an order of paladins.
No, that's not a good idea.
No. He's just out of divine sense range.
I'm outside sat on the cart.
You see one paladin walking past you going, I smell undead. Excuse me, pal. You don't happen to smell undead too? You got to be very careful. They could be in disguise for all you know.
In disguise, you say?
Yes.
You could say
Maybe-
undercover.
What, up there?
Up there.
In the skies!
In disguise.
In the skies!
Undead in the sky! He draws his sword. Where? Where? Where's the undead? Where? And Tabarlo's thinking, what's this shouting going on?
Oh, it's probably one of the new recruits, or Drill Sergeant Tamias again, doing his...
sake.
Like, seriously, I never liked that guy. He was a bit too in your face, and then I laid him out in a single punch, if you remember.
Trouble is, he doesn't even learn. Right, I'm going to quiet him up.
Well, I'm going to go out. While I'm outside, I'm going to go. The undead. What do they actually look like?
Well,
Oh, Andy, you actually got that right. Because I'm reading Divine Sense. It registers on your senses like a noxious odour.
Right, so I'm going to say these undead, are they like bones and skin and reek of death and things like that? You know.
he goes, yeah, very much
I
like
haven't, I haven't
that.
seen any of them.
Oh.
Oh, wait.
But I tell you this, some undead tend to go literally undercover. I mean, sometimes they cover themselves. In other words, he sort of describes exactly what you're like, but not acknowledging that you're one.
Andy,
Yeah.
as I'm an Asimar, do I technically count as, like, celestial?
Does it mention?
Oh no, because it just says until the end of your turn you know the location of any celestial, fiend and undead.
If that's the case,
You know
and
what, someone's
Tabarlo
actually
would have known
counted
you
them.
arrived before you got there, he'd be like,
Smells like Lucille. Smells like flamboyant.
he'd be like, oh,
ego.
please, no.
I do not need this headache.
Smells like feathers.
So basically, he's kind of looking at the halberd that you sort of laid down, and he says that, look, I know it's every paladin's right to lay claim to anything that they hold
Trophies.
on to, and unless there's a good reason not to.
Well, I currently need this as proof I killed Frulan Mondath, so I'll be holding on to it. And I've already said after all of this is blown over and the dragon cult is no more, I'm donating it to a church in. Where did we go last?
Elturel.
Elturel. I've
I
already
see.
promised the old priest there I would.
Wow. Well, it seems like you're ready to follow in Sethriel's footsteps.
Oh,
I'm
that I
very
am,
deeply
that I
proud.
am.
They count as just human. They don't count as.
Okay.
Nobody told me who Sethriel is. Alice said she slams her hands on the floor.
Sethriel, young lady, is one of our finest paladins. The finest. I can't think of any better paladin.
I thought that was
And
Lulu.
your very father, shall I call him your father?
Yeah.
Your father here, I believe, could well be on his way to be, as we say, another Sethriel. But he is Lucille. So whatever it is that you're doing, I may not always approve of your methods, but if they work and
If
it's
it gets
achieving
results,
the desired
who
results that any
cares?
paladin cares for, I'm all the more for it. Just make sure.
Oh
Of
yeah,
one
I should
thing.
mention
Yep.
that when I was mentioning Michael, they would know him under Michael von Ferros, which was Lucille's surname before he got removed from that family tree.
Michael
Basically-
von Ferros.
Yeah, von Ferros.
Yeah.
Basically, it was a pun that I originally came up with because Lucille Ferros,
Okay.
Lucifer,
Ah.
and then I decided to scrap that because it was too obvious.
Well, he's just gonna. Mortis is just gonna carry on stringing this paladin along, like saying like things like, "Oh, it's an undead this, is an undead that," but he's saying the right things.
Yeah.
No, never heard of him.
At this point, the double doors open, slam, and it's Tabarlo shouting, "Will you, for God's sake, pack it in?" And he's like, something does smell a bit dead around here. You been eating fried chicken again? So Tabarlo goes back inside. So it's like every paladin that walks past you is kind of like, undead!
Oh, just an old man in a cloak. Well, actually no, because Lucille.
Yeah, but they don't pay attention to you. That's a funny thing.
I'm dead!
They don't pay attention to you. They sometimes question, do you smell undead, friend?
I'm like, no.
Until
I
I
know it's
have.
around about here. And then when you leave the temple,
It's just
you
I
can
see
have
like a row of like freshman paladins just all lined out in front of him, just like, oh god.
when you step out, half of them are like, Lucille, we thought you were dead. Maybe you are dead. That's maybe why we smell dead. Undead! And Tabarlo's like, no, he's not dead.
He's just a very naughty
Boy!
Like, he basically just says, you do know I've been slaying undead, killing a lot of people to get rid of this dragon cult. Of course I've got a little bit of stench of death on me.
Why do I get the impression that this setting, right, we're making it our own.
Yes.
So paladins are like the ones that the true paladins are the ones say their name in a particular way.
Yeah.
Like the true barbarians could be just like kids or something.
And the most badass monk can be someone that's barely holding it together.
What about was it your character's class?
Oh, I'm a monk.
A monk, yeah. Maybe all the monks are dead or something. Well, not really, but yeah.
Well, Elias is a monk, isn't he? So
Yeah. But
He was almost dead.
They could all be like bloody hippies, really. But there we go. But yeah, it's funny that we kind of put our own take into it as we
Yes.
go along. But
Sheffield wouldn't go, oh, cute. little
Every single
tyke."
one of them.
Every time!
cute little tyke.
She starts barking at him.
Alice, use your words, dear. Alice, what do we tell people when they say cute little tyke?
I don't know.
Ram your sword up your arm. Go sit on your sword.
Instead I have to
Because he
say
would
go
teach
sit
us
on your
something like
sword.
that.
You want to say that?
Go sit on your sword!
Go sit on your sword!
And as you say that, the paladin sort of grab their piano to go, ooh! Why are the paladins in our game the most screwed up individuals? There was a time in D&D where people really looked up to paladins.
And where well, they can still look up to them. It's just paladins are a bit crazy.
Yeah,
Because you gotta be crazy to be a paladin.
I guess so.
Because you're either, if you're a paladin, you're either kind of flamboyant and very big on yourself, or you're Judge Bloody Dread.
The only time people look up to paladins in our world is when they stand on a chair.
Or if you're a child.
Or if you sat down.
I'm shorter than everyone.
Everybody walks past, cute little tyke.
Like,
Okay
I'm just
then.
gonna start biting people soon.
Right then, so much time has passed.
Yep.
And so what does the party wish to do?
Well, we've got to hunt down that
We've got to hunt down a caravan.
And that's Tabalo kind of recommended. If you're looking to
Head
see
down
who's-
to the merchant quarter, basically.
which is the lower city, obviously surrounding the harbour. And so you reach this sort of area, and massive area. And there's lots and lots of merchants, lots and lots of ships, and also some carts. And you notice that there's some wagons as well. People sort of loading up.
I go up to the ones loading up the wagons and just say, by chance you aren't heading to Waterdeep, are you? Because I would think that the merchants would know who Lucille is. Because, well, no, the paladins of Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
I'm going to randomise something. 2,
Uh-oh.
3, 4, 5.
Oh god, Andy's rolling his
7,
dice.
8, 9. I'm going to roll D10. It's nothing to worry
Are you sure it's
about.
going to be a D20 instead?
A better check. It's cool. It's cool. This is just to determine which merchant is present. So because it's like a list of non-player characters, so which I can.
God, I can't
So,
wait for the
number
voices
2.
for these.
Okay then, on the list. Right, and you approach a half-elf, a male half-elf merchant. He introduces himself as, I'm trying to pronounce his name here, Bade Setchipole. That'll do, Bade Setchipole. Okay, and so basically he's kind of loading up ale, bottles of ale and beer in large crates onto the wagon. And so what was the question you're asking?
You aren't by chance travelling to Waterdeep, are you?
Well, of course. You know, we're getting ready for the next journey along with the wagon train. There'll be 11 of us in total. 11
By
wagons.
chance, will you be requiring guards? I, as a paladin of Waterdeep, offer my... Why did I say Waterdeep? I, a
So
paladin
thinking
of
about
Baldur's Gate, offer my services to you.
He sort of glances, sort of squints at you and says, "You're Lucille, aren't you?"
That I am. The one, the only, Lucille von Rondenor.
Everyone around you, you give them shivers.
The fangirls are getting...
Get a pair of knickers being thrown. I'm just going to read a little bit of this. Right then, so I'd like you to make a charisma roll, but you'll get advantage because you presented your paladin
Kindness.
assertiveness.
Ooh, that's very nice.
What did you?
23.
Oh,
Money and roses are thrown in my direction.
my goodness! You're offering yourself to protect my caravan.
That I am.
Oh my goodness! To what do I owe this honour?
Well, we have business along that road and
I see.
eventually Waterdeep. So I thought I may as well offer my services to one of these caravans as a bodyguard.
Oh, so by they you're referring to companions? You got other people, other companions?
Points to child next to him and the old man on the cart, basically.
Oh, so family, I take it.
Yes and no.
Oh, and cute little type.
God, that completely blitzed the mic just Oh, God.
And
Not impressed.
and is this an elderly person? I may say. Does they require any assistance onto the caravan?
He's fine on our cart. He usually flies, so...
He's fine.
Yes, he's fine. He has his own ways of getting around.
I see. Fair enough. Well, well, it's going to be a couple of days before we journey over to Waterdeep. So, in the meantime, but look, obviously you're willing to protect. That does mean I'm going to have, that you need payment, of course. So every 10 day, well, they call a week a 10 day.
Yeah.
10 gold pieces, which will include food and living expenses on the road. So 10 gold pieces at the end of the journey.
Each.
And throw in a few boiled sugar sweets for the child and we have a deal.
Sweets
It's a deal.
and chickens.
Chickens? Oh, there'll be plenty of chickens.
She likes to chase around chickens. It's
Oh,
kind of
well.
fun for her.
Well, in that case, he kind of sort of leans down, almost like like the way people talk to kids, like quite
talking down to them,
condescendingly.
basically. Cute little...
See, he doesn't. You see, Bade Setchipole has no idea what she's capable of.
No. And Lucille's just like, you might not want to get too close.
Well, in one caravan, there might be a crate of chicken.
Oh, don't tell... Like, immediately, the one thing Lucille just said, don't tell her that!
But why
We don't
not?
have any chickens at the end of the trail.
But why not? I mean, I'm sure a child her age would like to pet the animals.
Chickens.
We might have a few goats as
He
well.
just looks at her, just looks at this, like, half-elf, just completely dumbfounded, just like... Don't blame me if they go missing.
Missing?
Chicken.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll promise to keep quiet on the matter from now on. So, yes, so I think we've got a deal. Okay. So, like he says, they're preparing to leave in the next 2 days. So there's much stock to sort of load up. And he's also sort of offering his help to other merchants to see what they're, and that kind of thing. So, chickens.
There's going to be a part where we come across a farm. Alice disappears for a few minutes and comes back covered in feathers.
Chicken blood.
Yes.
We're going to tar and feather her.
And then I'll probably get some of the feathers off her and stick them on my body.
I bought you some feathers.
So, as he's talking to Alice about the chickens and stuff,
Yeah.
I hop down off the cart and walk over to him.
Oh God. And Lucille has another. Oh God, not again at the moment.
That's.
Is he pretty tall, this elf?
Instead of Tyranny
Well,
dragons.
What elves tend to
He's
be?
kind of average for a half elf, kind of average height,
Yeah,
which would be
I'm like
6 foot.
I'm like 4 foot, just under 4 foot. I am.
Yeah,
So I'm there looking up to him, but he can see my mask and everything.
yeah.
Just look up to him and says, "Are we hired?"
He says, well, of course you're hired. Of course you're hired. And he said, are you capable of guarding? He said, I don't mean to judge you. I don't mean to judge you. I mean, he said, is there a reason why wearing a mask? Dare I ask?
Ugly.
It's a religious thing, and he also has this very
He's ugly.
Shut up, Alice. No. Just basically, he's got this very rare,
Skin.
uncontagious skin condition, so he has to keep his body covered at all times.
Oh, I see.
But I've seen what he is actually capable of, and
So is he going to Waterdeep to seek cure?
He just burst out laughing at this point, and it's more of a cackle than a laugh.
Bade is like freaked out. Okay. I'm just going to continue loading up the crates now. So he's quite freaked out by that laugh. It's almost like, whoa.
Skip 2 days. Let's go.
Lucille is going to buy some alcohol for the road because he's probably going to need it.
I was going to say, instead of like Tyranny of Dragons, we should call this campaign the Trials and Tribulations of Lucille von Rondener.
No, the marvellous misadventures of Lucille von Rondener.
We're more like a sitcom.
Yes, we are more like a sitcom than saving the world from a dragon. Oh
Well,
God, how are we going to deal with Tiamat at the end?
As
I know how I'm going
Yeah,
to.
how are you guys going to deal with
I'm
Tiamat?
quite
Yeah.
easy. As Mortis carries his scythe around all the time, as like a walking stick and everything, it's like obviously
Yeah.
taller than him. At the top, he's actually attached a lantern. That he
Okay.
has. But the lantern has a black candle in it, and it always illuminates a green light from it.
Ooh, spooky.
Clash confused.
Yes, that's not how candles work!
This one does. And
Next, you're going to say that when cats have 9 lives, squirrels, the nasty little buggers, can have multiple.
yes,
Yes,
I
squirrels.
am going to
Yes, let's go.
while
the
the
mic.
merchant isn't watching, I'm going to fly up and perch myself on top of his wagon.
Okay
Put
then.
on top of his wagon, and just sit up there, keeping watch.
Bade is kind of like, he will end up sort of noticing you, but at the same time, he's kind of like pretending not to notice you. It's almost
Out of
like
sight, out of mind.
Well,
there's
spider obviously
something
then.
not quite right about that.
You might not want to look behind you then, Rachel.
Oh, you fucking cunt.
Yeah, so he's basically just perched on top of the wagon,
Yeah,
like looking out everywhere, because he's a good lookout.
yeah. Okay, so this is the general plan. I know it's not much of a plan for the moment. Right, these represent the wagons.
Yeah,
I'll
just a
point the
bunch of
direction. That's to Waterdeep. So, Bade Setchapol's wagon is this one. Now, you guys are yet to be acquainted with those in the other ones along the journey.
Well, I think they already know that Lucille's going to be protecting them on this journey. And we're just going to have our little cart and horse on one of the sides.
Yeah. So, characters have your characters been to Baldur's Gate? Your character's been to Baldur's Gate, obviously. I
Yeah,
take it,
he's been living there.
What about your character?
I've probably been there a few times as well with you before you found Alice.
Yeah, while
And-
I'm on missions.
Alice has
And
been nowhere.
I probably knew Baldur's Gate when it was before it was actually even Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Just don't forget, I'm over 3,000 years old, so I probably knew it when it was just being built.
Well, technically, since you got the God of Death guiding you, the God of Death will probably know everyone's name anyway.
Yeah.
So.
He's not lovely.
So most of the point of view of this one would be through Lucille's.
Yes.
So, although your character will just naturally know what a person is called and things like that, you kind of, the God of Death will just reveal the soul of the person to your character.
He'll
As if to
reveal
say,
their name, face, and time to live.
a bit like in Death Note.
Yes.
Like
that's
you
where I
got,
was
you got
going.
the Shinigami's eyes. That the god sort of reveals, and all you see is the name and how long they got to live.
And Lucille is just question marks at the moment.
So it's like when you're like fighting, your character might be like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there goes
slash.
Oh man, that'd be so good if I had the way of the open fist.
Oh yeah,
Covering palm. The covering palm goes, and in 5, 4, 3,
2, 1.
1. I could do that, couldn't I? But I'm
Yes,
not.
you could.
Your character's like Fist of the North Star, isn't it? The way they sort of punch all the pressure points, and then they start explode into.
Oh my word.
Shinderu.
Nani? But I actually don't do that. I bring people back to life when I get to that level.
Yes, of course the reverse.
I would actually kind of say that I'm going into another Bleach reference, aren't I? Basically, in the novel Can't Fear Your Own World, there is a character introduced. I can't remember his name because I don't like his younger brother, so I block his name out of his memory. Basically, even if you are like dying, begging for death, like he will do all in his power to make sure you survive.
Yeah.
Just because it gives him some sick thrill.
Yeah, that's what my character
Yeah.
does. That's
It's
what
like,
he
I
does.
don't care if you want to die, you are living, damn it.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to roll a d8, but at -2. If you roll a 1 or 2, you don't know any of them.
Then why not just roll a d6?
Yeah, but the whole point is you could get a 0.
Oh.
Yeah, you could get a 0.
Well, no, I'm more talking them knowing who Lucille is.
No, they might know you,
Yeah.
but whether you know them. So you get a 3+, you know at least one of them.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh.
I'll let you have a go on, it'll be fun.
Because I lost my dice in the middle of my dice. 5.
So you know about 3 of them.
Okay.
So I'd like you to roll a d20
Yeah.
3 times.
I'll just roll 3d20.
Okie dokie.
8, 4, and 18.
Okie dokie, so 1, 2, 3, 4. You
At the
know,
moment, the
Okay.
blue dice is looking to be coming
On
up
number
to the
4.
fold.
you know an Ed Helry Llewell, who is a female moon elf merchant, and I'll place her. Actually, I'll place her in the middle. Elry Llewell,
I wonder how.
and on her wagon there's like exotic wood. Shall I rephrase that? Oh dear. Exotic wood from the jungle of Colt. I said Colt. Sheesh.
I think 8 was the next one. Sandy.
8, so 4, 5. Number 8. The one behind I put is a male gold dwarf merchant
And there you go. You've now witnessed one of my laughing fits.
of the name Lai Angestoon.
Ah, my lungs.
Like Angustoon.
Angestoon.
Wait, I should
who's-
be writing these names down.
I write the names down and
Okay.
actually putting where they're. Basically, he's selling cooking oil and perfumes
Well, you all go well with the word.
from Ammon. wherever the hell that is. And the last one,
Was
18.
18.
So,
Oh god, that hurt.
right, I'm going to put him on second here. It's a male human guard. Not a merchant, but he's one of the guards you happen to know. I think I'll have him with the elven lady. And his name, who's the guard, Solsdeg the Pole. Who's alongside a woman who's selling exotic wood from the jungle of Colt. So Solsdeg the Pole, and they know
Put him
you,
with the dwarf.
and you happen to be acquainted with them. So who's the human guard? Langstrom is the dwarf. Merchant, she's the...
Okay, so Lucille is making sure we've got a couple of barrels of alcohol, because what's the best way to appease a dwarf? Offer him booze.
And who does she know?
No one.
Oh, she doesn't know anyone because obviously she's a feral child.
And who do I know?
You
know
practically
all
know
of their
all
names.
of them. Well, you don't know them personally, but
No,
you know them by
I
name.
know
You can
them
see
by
their
name.
name floating, and their life track. This is like Shinigami eyes.
You're going to have a heart attack in 3
40
years.
seconds.
Yeah, knowing that you're going to have a heart attack.
You have a heart attack because you know you're going to have a heart attack because you know you're going to have a heart attack.
No, you just go.
Stands to reason.
No, you give them the exact time until they die, and just go, you'll be hit by a weird flying object.
And I throw it at them.
So you just swing by, like, oh, it's that time. Frisbee!
Okay then. So this
Oh,
is the wagon train, and people are, they're all getting ready, the merchants and everything. Right. So right. There are some travellers that also ride horses, so it's not just the wagons. Just sort of. I think I'll roll D10 for that one. So there's like 9 people on horses.
And we've got a wagon that's riding by the side of ours.
Yes.
Yep.
Are you riding the wagon with her on it?
Yes.
So if I draw your wagon here,
It would be near the elf woman.
you go near the elf woman. Yep,
Yeah,
it's up to
kind
you.
of like sticking to the middle.
Okay. Well,
No
the person you're
ulterior
guarding is paid here.
Yeah, but wouldn't you
So-
be by that person?
Yeah, he's basically paying you to do that.
Details, they aren't important.
So you want to be beside the elf woman.
Yeah, it was more like just saying that, yeah, I'm guarding you, but I'm staying more central so I can quickly react to attacks either side.
Okay.
I'm perched on top of the person that's hired us anyway.
Yes.
So PC's wagon. Okay then.
And I'm perched. Well, so our wagon's there, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm perched right on the front there.
Oh, you're perched here.
I'm perched there, so I've got a good view of everywhere.
You're saying that the actual wagon, PC's wagon, is beside hers.
Yes.
You say? Yeah.
We're
And,
basically-
So
and
PC's
that's where
wagon's
that's where those two are.
Yeah. You're.
I'm perched
Perched
on
on
top
there.
of that wagon.
Because
Okay,
Lucille explains before they set off, I will travel here, which is the middle of the track.
Yeah.
They're kind of hoping that none of them, like,
He's got at least one guard.
Yeah, he's got one guard on there,
Yeah.
but if I'm in the centre, that means I can more quickly react either side. So if there's equal number in front and behind me,
Yeah.
then if one side is attacked, it takes me the same amount of time to get there.
Okay, so Boyd, as he's sort of riding the wagon, knowing that you're on top, he's trying to think to himself, please don't talk to me. Do not talk. Please, please, please. I don't want to engage in a conversation. I don't know what you are. I don't know what you are or what
You're
you're
just
capable
looking
of.
at his death timer
Yeah.
just tick down.
I am watching I'm watching everything. I'm just like looking around everywhere.
You're scanning the periphery.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so anything
it's like
else?
a sentry gun, but without the gun. Beep. Beep.
Okay, so this ramen.
Enemy!
Again!
Okay then. Should we take a small break before we get to the next
Yes,
encounter?
let's take a break because I need to recover from that laughing fit.
Okay.
And we are back from our break.
Yay.
Let's break this campaign more.
Woo!
No. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay then, so we've established, obviously this is the wagon sort of train and everything, so there's 11 wagons, and there's also the player characters' carts, and there's 9 people, separate from the caravans on horses, so this makes the whole sort of travelling sort of party.
Before we settle up, I'm going to ask each one of the 9 people, are you secretly part of the Dragon Cult?
What the hell? Are you really going to do that?
Yeah,
Do you want my
because
spork?
we don't want any infiltrators. Rachel, what am I going to need a spork for?
Threaten him with it.
I have a sword! Actually, sporks can be pretty dangerous. They can
Yeah,
be
because they're a
used
spoon
as
and a fork. They can spoon you, and then they can fork you.
Okay.
Avoid.
I said fork!
That wasn't funny in Alien Resurrection, and it's not funny here.
Okay then, so if you're going to be doing that, are you doing it at the very start before
Yes.
people leave?
Before anyone leaves, I'm gonna have Morty on lookout to see if anyone has any nervous twitch. Are
Okay.
any of you affiliated with the Dragon Cult? If so, I'll have to kill you here.
The kind of reaction that you get, if you like to make a roll of some kind, it's entirely up to you.
Intimidation.
Okay.
Are you the
If I'm literally just coming out of the blue saying this.
Okay.
Are you part of the Dragon Cult?
Are you part of the Dragon Cult? Where is she?
Where is she?
Boop. Ooh, okay, Red looks like it might be getting a promotion soon. As it's intimidation, that's 24.
Okay, well, the reaction that you get from most of them is kind of like, there's some, a bit confused, what? What do you mean, what Dragon Cult? Others are like, what, me? Me? Certainly not, And so you get a mixture of responses, but
have I
nothing...
rumbled anyone?
Sorry?
Have I rumbled anyone?
Not particularly.
Okay. He's basically just like, well, that answers that. On Lucille Airlines, the exits are here, here, and here.
Do not provoke the child of the chickens.
Do not provoke the child, keep all the chickens under lock and key, and keep your hands, feet, and any other extremities in the cart at all times.
Spade comes very close to you saying, "What are you doing?"
I am lightening the mood before a long trip.
He says,
It's customary with us paladins, after all. He does the hair flick.
He says, well, be that as...
Luciel, because he's worth it.
He says, well, be that as it may, it's best that you don't make a show of yourself. I says, I know you're a paladin, but be careful of making a show of yourself in these parts.
Remember to feed the wolf. Remember to feed the girl chickens.
Don't pet the dog. Don't pet the child. She bites.
Forfeit all chickens.
I bet she farts too, says a random voice.
What are you going to do about that?
I'm gonna bark at them really loudly.
Yes, well, the one that shouted that happens to be on the second wagon. who's
Cool. I know now which one won't be defended if things come to question.
There's a male human merchant.
Of course, bloody humans. Seriously, if you think about it, in every fantasy thing ever, and I've been playing a lot of Mass Effect lately, humans are the worst.
They are.
They're either massive space racists, boring as all.
You leave Kate out of this!
I was talking about Jacob.
Alright, calm down.
He's boring.
And Caden.
You leave Caden alone.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, so basically,
Leave him alone.
you may have put on your intimidating show, which works.
Yeah.
You notice that maybe a good third of them aren't really taking you seriously. They're almost like, who the hell does he think he is?
If that
And
guy-
some are like, okay, I better keep away. Nothing suspicious, but you can kind of tell that they're like, oh my god, this man is loud. You know, they're like, I hope he's not going to come to me. Not that, you know.
Going back on that, I have seen some science fiction where humans aren't assholes. It's like the r/HFY. It's like humans are seen as pets and stuff because there's always have a human on board because they're they pair bond with anything. Pretty good.
Right then, so are we all ready to begin?
As long as that guy doesn't try anything with me, then we're all good. Because I can just imagine her jump. You know, you get in the movies where they're jumping over, going around trains and jumping over. I can just imagine her going.
Right, the one in front is a male Lightfoot halfling. And his head pokes out of the front of the caravan, sort of parts ways, and sticks his head out. You notice he's got
Is he standing on a box?
Well, you don't
Or is it
see.
a very small cabin.
You don't really see what's inside the caravan or anything per se. He kind of sticks his head out, and he has the largest nose you've seen of anyone.
It's 2-foot Igor! Is it all velvet in his cabin?
I'll put his name down anyway. He's called, and that's his name, Losvius Longnose.
You just call me Igor.
And
How long has he got left to live?
Hmm.
I'm going to look at him. How long has he got left to live?
well, you think he's got a nice long life until his circumstances may change.
Okay.
Because you know that things can change. Right. He kind of sticks his head out and he says, "Is everyone ready for the journey to Waterdeep?
Yes.
Anyone ready? Everybody?
Aye, Captain.
No setbacks, no anything?
No
one
dragon
forgot
cultists.
anything? Everything all safe? Everything all guarded? No?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes. Let's
Sure.
just go. Your nose is almost as tall as you are.
Who said that?
No, I just point at the. I'm just like.
The human in the
I
second
point at the
carriage.
human in the second carriage because he called my daughter fat. I just go. Just point at the second carriage.
When you do this, I'm just going to find...
Because the fight
who was
starts
it
between
earlier?
us.
Oh, that's it, yeah. He shouts at the person who is in the second cabin, Acrony? Acrony! Did you insult my nose again? No!
Not to your face, at least. Oh, this
I
would be
promise
so cool
I
if
didn't
had
do that.
thaumaturgy. If I had thaumaturgy, I could project my voice from where he is and go, not directly to your face.
Because I couldn't get that close.
You notice that the guard in the who's guarding the second one, he's kind of got a nose peg on his nose. You can tell that the second person obviously smells bad.
I'm actually tempted to order him to the back if he stinks to high heaven.
And
Oh god, I feel really sorry for the guy with a really long nose.
and he says, well, you do understand why I agreed to go in front? At which the guy replies, yeah, and you understand why I agreed to go on second? Almost like mocking him. And then he shouts, whoever made that nose joke, I'm going to get you a beer. Don't encourage them, shouts Losvius.
Nosy!
I was going to shout, nobody knows!
Right. Someone
he'll
approaches
sure
your
sniff out
character.
the insults in time.
Sorry?
Someone is actually approaching your character.
I'm perched up on the top, yeah?
Yeah. And you notice that she's kind of covered from head to toe. Very, very similar to what you're wearing.
Dragon
And she's kind of covered like this, and you can see from her eyes, human female, and elderly lady. And she sort of looks up at you and says, I couldn't help noticing that beautiful mask that you're wearing.
It's not for sale.
Is that, are you two inflicted? Are you two inflicted by the green?
The green?
She kind of reveals a little bit. You notice her skin is entirely green.
She's green.
I'm not inflicted with the green.
I want to see what to live.
I am inflicted with something else
I see. And it
called
says,
life.
You're just going full emo, aren't you?
You're telling me, she says, referring to her wrinkles.
How old does she look?
Well, she looks about like 80. She's in her 80s.
And how long does she have left to live?
She has, you can tell, maybe a few weeks.
Okay.
A few weeks. She doesn't have much.
Sudden bird drop kicks her in the face.
And she says, whatever it is that you're afflicted by, I hope the priests of Waterdeep will make you feel better.
I laugh at her there. I literally just laugh at her.
She seems confused by that.
Cackle.
Almost.
How close is she? Is she really to me?
Well, you're perched on top of
Yeah.
there, and she's kind of close to the caravan, but looking up. She's about.
Okay, so as she's talking to me,
Yeah.
I'm going to look down and literally just pull my mask off and put it back on.
And she's like, "Oh my goodness, is that contagious?"
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, she's kind of freaking out. Contagion, disease. She's kind of shouts out.
Well, it's contagious with time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody catches to death.
She basically is in the last caravan, right at the very back.
Okay.
She's a traveller, not a merchant, but she's... Disease?
Stop staring at
Like,
the old
Lucille,
lady.
hearing this, just puts his head in his hand and she's like, what is that stupid pigeon doing now? I should have said that a bit louder because I don't think that was picked up on the mic.
Okay,
That's stupid.
Losvius Halfling dismounts from the caravan and he said, "Did someone say disease? Whoever it is, you must leave the caravan train now. If it's contagious."
It's not. He's fucking him out.
Wait a minute. Can't I just cure her with my own hands?
Don't think it's...
Because I don't know. Never
It
mind.
doesn't.
She's in the last card, that's always the first one to go. Right. Let's
Okay.
boogie.
Okay, so I'll say after much commotion, there's been this whole argument settled out. Bader stopped pissing his pants because he's, actually, because you told him it wasn't contagious.
No.
So he's kind of part of the ones that said, no, he's,
I'm only
it's
joking.
fine. It's fine.
The
Yeah.
one up there isn't contagious. Oops.
So after the panic is done, well, after the panic has been resolved, I should say, I believe the journey is afoot. At last.
We're on our way.
750
From
miles
Milford
to
to
Waterdeep.
happiness, We're just gonna...
Uh-huh.
Like, Lucille is just gonna shout at it. We didn't hire a bard!
We're gonna have to do it ourselves.
Yes! Good idea, daughter. We will do it ourselves. Always look on the bright side of life.
I'm joining in.
Oh.
Okay. Right, let me just get to
I do have a
point.
violin.
You can be the fiddler on the roof.
Right,
Now we just
fiddler
need
on
a
the
cat
roof.
to run away with a spoon.
Cat.
Okay, if you look at the map, if someone could look at the map for me, please, and I'll let someone be the map person. Okay, so beginning with Baldur's Gate.
Oh, I just love how you throw the map at me, Drop.
Okay.
Oh, God, that is actually quite a way.
So what would be the first area you guys are likely to approach? So name...
Either the Troll Hills or the Winding Waters.
Let's have a look.
Oh, no, wait. Oh, I can't... Okay, I can't see the road. Actually, hold on.
Okay, so what's the area known as?
I actually have a map of the Isles of
It's the Field of the Dead.
That's the one.
Hold on.
It's the Field of the Dead, Sam.
Okay. I just couldn't see the road, so I'm looking at it in a book.
Field of the Dead. Yes.
Right.
You got your own map?
Kinda.
We're travelling along the road.
Yeah, okay, so Baldur's Gate. Yep, Fields of the Dead.
That's like what I just said.
Details. So which way are we going? Are we going straight up the coast? Are we following...
They're pretty much have you passed me the map so I
Oh,
can...
right. So I'm guessing
Yeah.
we're moving along whatever direction right is on a map.
Well, basically, what they're hoping to do, because they'll, because in order to make it safely, they have to go towards the coastway, then
Okay.
towards Dragonspear, and then the Tradeway, so they can get to the Tradeway, and then up to Tradeway towards Daggerford, and then from there you got the Long Road, and and then eventually after Daggerford will be Waterdeep. Sorry,
Okay.
I won't be on Waterdeep. Like, where's Waterdeep? Oh, it's back down there. So that's okay. So so the first area you come to is the Fields of the Dead. Right then, I'll say a few days have passed. It's completely uneventful.
My paladin sense is going...
Tingle.
Undead that isn't.
Okay. Right, so after a few uneventful days, you manage to see something as you all travel the Fields of the Dead, something happening ahead. You notice what seems to be stranded on the road, a wagon.
Divine sense. Do I sense any undead?
Nope. You notice that the draft animals are dead. And you notice that there are 4 individuals that seem to be underneath the wagon. And you notice that there are crates kind of dragged between the wheels. So,
I'm going to get the caravan to halt.
mhm.
I'm going to keep Morty where he is. Me and Alice are going to take our car over to investigate. Because if it's an ambush, only 2 of us get ambushed. And then we still want Morty to come in and just wreck face.
I'm
So-
going to keep watch.
Do I not have my danger sense?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forget you have danger sense, which is basically spider sense.
Right, I was going to quickly read this a little bit. I'll be back.
Let me check what my danger sense does.
Right, okay then. So, are you approaching?
Yep.
Right. As you approach,
Morty squelched once like a screech
voice
owl.
from underneath the wagon shouts, "Don't move! Don't move!"
Okay, keeping my hands on the rein, I stop, but I get out one of my hand crossbows,
Andy,
and I'm just like,
does my
why?
does my danger sense go off?
What does your danger sense do?
It's I can throw. No, that's reckless attack. I gain an uncanny sense of when things nearby aren't as they should be, giving you an edge when you dodge away from danger. I have a dex saving throw against effects that I can't see, such as traps and spells.
Oh, let me have a look.
So you basically get to detect something's not right here.
Let's have a look. Barbarian, danger sense. Okay.
I don't get
Can sense when things nearly under should be, giving you an edge as you dodge away from danger. Oh, okay. Right, your character does feel a sense of discomfort, but not specifically coming from the caravan itself.
Can I?
But something almost.
Can I hear what they said to him?
Yes.
I'm going to take to the sky. As in, wings out, fly up. I don't know. I don't care if the caravan see me. Fly up. Fly like just a bit behind them and scour the whole area.
Okay then. Right then. So.
I've still got one of my hand crossbows drawn on them, and just like, why shouldn't we come closer? Talk quickly. My trigger finger's itching.
Yeah.
Just like intimidating them to give me like answers of like what's going on here. I don't want any faffing about.
Right, you feel that there's a slight hesitation. It's almost like they're hesitating, mainly because, not that they don't want to tell you, but it's like they're being very careful with what to say. And it's almost like, you know, just stay where you are.
Do I see anything?
Why?
Trust us. As you fly, please roll for perception.
Yeah, that's pretty
21.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Let's just see.
Good eyes, even if they're white.
So,
Yeah, it's almost like your literal bird's eye view helps out
Advantage.
here.
But it's advantage.
Oh, it's advantage, isn't it?
Oh. So what did you get?
21.
21.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's still good. You kind of notice that there are other beings. You can't make out what they are, but they're kind of like hiding between bushes and some trees and everything. They seem to be quite well camouflaged, and you can make out roughly that there's about 7 of them, and so that's kind of what you can make out. So, but you don't know what they are.
Are they like 3 on one side and 4 on the other?
The kind of yeah. So you get 4 in one side, 3 in the other. So
Get Lucille's attention by going over.
I'm gonna fly over to where there's 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Go down just slightly, just hovering above where they would be.
Right.
So make sure these 2 can see me where I am.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how like a vulture does, like so.
I'm gonna circle around it.
Yeah.
And as soon as I can, I know I can see that these 2 have got I've got their attention. I'm gonna dive at the 4.
As he does that,
Yeah.
like as he starts circling around, as I've got my crossbow drawn, I'm gonna fire it at the tree, because from Lucille's perspective, it's like, okay, Mortis has picked up on something. Something's in that tree. Let's coax it out using one of my normal bolts.
So you're going to fire at the tree.
Yep,
What,
fire
with-
at the tree just to see if I can rustle anything out, like kind of give away that you're not as hidden as you think you are.
And I'm going straight down at them.
Okay then. Right. So I'll start off with. So you're diving.
I'm diving.
you're firing in a direction.
Firing a bolt
I've
at
got-
the
what?
tree.
I
Not
hope
to
you
see
see
if you
anything in particular.
Okay.
Just to
Okay.
see if I can spook something out like a warning shot.
Okay.
If they're intelligent enough to know what a warning shot is.
Right.
I don't know. Preparing myself.
So, that being the case, make initiative rolls, please.
Ooh, that's
So
nice.
I'm going to roll 2 separate ones.
What did you roll?
I got 24.
22.
I'm not preparing.
Yeah, right.
I've got a pad.
Okay. I'm going to roll for monster type 1, which rolled a 1. It was a total of 3. And monster type 2, I rolled a 17 plus 1, 18.
Is Rachel going after a monster?
Oh,
I got 13.
Lucille got 22 and Mortius got 24.
Right, your character, you're diving towards the 4, you say?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Because they're not expecting you, you gain surprise. You get the surprise.
Oh, I was going to say, like, they wouldn't expect me to.
Well, it depends. It's well, the thing is though,
You draw the,
they-
you do the attention.
they're
Yeah.
seeing you. They're the ones seeing you.
But they didn't
And,
see me.
Okay.
Yeah, because their attention is focused on one this thing. So for some reason they're focused on it.
Mm.
And whoever's underneath the wagon, you know, those individuals underneath the wagon, they're telling you not to move for some reason.
So I've just disobeyed them and just moved my arm, fired at the tree, just to kind of say, yeah, something's there, because, well, got my eye in the sky,
Yeah.
just giving me that little warning signal. Just like, why did he... bang. Literally just a warning shot, immediately
Yeah.
dropping the crossbow, sword out.
So we'll have the surprise attacker.
Yep.
Okay, so you dive bomb.
Yeah.
I've
Slide
just
out,
noticed-
dive.
I've just noticed
Kamikaze.
something. Surprise round, normal initiative.
Might go
Troll
first.
goes again. Ooh. If you're a champion, that would have been a
27.
Right. I'm
hit.
okay. I'm going to roll a d4. If I roll a 1, you've gone for monster type 1. It's one of the... basically, they're hobgoblins. And one of them is like a captain.
Oh,
So you hit up a hobgoblin.
normal one, yeah?
Normal one, yeah.
I forget, are hobgoblins the kind of mean one?
Yes. That's 9 damage on the first attack.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it goes 9
attack.
damage.
9 damage. Second attack.
Yeah. Or the same one.
Yeah, 16.
That's a miss.
Oh, wow.
Because they got chainmail and shield.
I'm gonna use my heroic
Okay.
18.
at a 6, so
Okay.
18.
Looks like I'm
24 to hit then.
That's a hit.
This is heroic hit.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is doing 14 damage.
Slain. How do you want to kill it?
Okay.
Off with his head.
Yeah, straight off his head. That's with the scythe.
Okay then.
Can I fly towards the leader one?
Yeah, it's
Still?
close anyway.
And I'm going to make an unarmed attack on it.
Because martial arts.
That's a critical.
Ooh!
Ooh.
That's a critical hit.
Yeah.
If.
That's 9 damage.
Okay. Okay.
And because you've got mobile, you can get away with no consequences.
And then I am going to fly directly up,
Okay then.
about 35 foot up.
Okay. Then.
Directly up.
You gotta love the mobile feat. It's why I love Swashbuckler so much, because you just dance around the enemies and they can't do a thing to you.
So who's next on the...
It's me
It
again.
goes back to Trump.
So it's like, surprise, and then, hold on a minute.
Hold on a minute.
Let's dive bomb the leader again.
Okay then.
Scythe out.
Scythe.
Oh, that's a miss.
I'm going to roll heroic dice.
No.
10, 18, 18.
That is a hit.
Heroically hit him. 11 damage.
1 damage, okay.
That's a heroic hit, that one.
Okay.
I thought we'd be
So,
fighting undead.
describe heroically.
My scythe has gone into his shoulder slightly.
Okay then.
And I pull it out so he's got, like, less of a swing or something, I don't know.
Like, he's got a pretty grievous
Yeah.
wound.
Second attack with the thing as well.
Oh,
That's going to be a miss.
yeah.
Okay.
Unarmed attack.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a miss. I fly then 40 foot up.
Yep. Okay, well, I'll say for the heroic hit, on his turn, he'll only make one of his greatsword attacks and not two. So for that temporarily, I'm going to say, he loses his multi-attack ability. So he can still attack, but just won't do twice.
Our ambush failed. My turn.
Oh man, Sam, if only I was an assassin.
If only you were an assassin. Okay, so for my turn, Lucille's going to... Because obviously I said before the combat, drops the... basically uses that free action thing to drop the thing. Readied. Now it's his turn. He's going to hop off the cart, walk towards the tree in question, and he's going to cast Shield of Faith on himself to give him +2 AC.
Okay.
So I'm up to 22.
These are great little screens, aren't they?
Yes,
I like those.
these little token sets are amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like do that whole like goading thing of like, I'm here, come get me.
You're going to the other side, aren't you? Are you going to where he attacks?
Because I only know the ones in the tree. I only know there's something in the tree.
Yeah.
So I'm heading towards the tree.
Okay then.
I'm just kind of saying to them, like, I'm here, come and get me.
Well, it's the second monster lot after you, so...
Okay then. So by calling that, you got 3 hobgoblins bursting out. Ah! Is yours a ready action? Are you readying an action, or what is it that you do?
Because I used a bonus action for that, and I'm going to use my action for defensive stance.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
So they get disadvantage against you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. So you got 3 goblins. They're armed with long swords, and
Well, if anime has taught
use
me
with
anything,
2 hands.
goblins are surprisingly dangerous.
No, these are hobgoblins.
Hobgoblins.
They're very more. Military. They're more militaristic.
So they're actually smarter than
Yes, they're very, very militaristic.
Right. And let me just quickly read this.
Please don't tell me I've packed out.
Right. Well, the good thing is, because you're obviously using your defensive stance, they get...
Disadvantage.
which is kind of cool. So, first attack from one of them.
Second one's cocked.
Let's roll that. They got that. The first one is 22.
Wait, what's that plus?
There's +3.
19.
Well, you said that was cocked.
Yeah, that one was cocked, but
Sorry,
you're still
rolled it
rolling
again.
disadvantage.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm blind. I'm having a
Now it
long
makes sense why you
moment.
confuse a D10
Yeah.
for a D20.
19.
No.
Damn it. Okay, second roll. It'll be that one.
Another 19?
That's
No.
also a miss.
He's rolling high.
And
No.
no. Either that or my dice are taunting me.
Do they get 1 attack each? Do they?
It's only one attack.
Yeah, I think it's only the chief.
But here's the thing, though. because it's probably a good thing that you put yourself in defensive stance because they got an ability called martial advantage.
Oh.
That means I can deal extra damage, an extra 7 damage on top of what I've normally done. So it's good that you chose that. So so these are quite skilled. These are quite skilled warriors. For their challenge rating at least.
Yeah.
They are very skilled.
Yeah, very, very skilled warriors. So it's good that you maintain that defensive stance. So that's a good choice. Great choice. Okay then, so the hobgoblins on the other one.
On the other side, there's the captain and 2 others left, isn't there? Because I killed one.
You're up in the sky, aren't you?
I'm 40 foot up.
Right. You've killed one of them.
Yeah.
2 of them left, plus a captain. They're getting their longbows out.
Don't let them hit you. They get away.
You're getting opportunity now, aren't they? Oh, this should be fun.
Don't they know the fools? You don't pull out.
He's got the ability.
So don't forget, I'm up in the air, so wouldn't I be up past the trees?
How far are you?
40 foot.
If they're
I said I'm 40 foot up.
Yeah, they're still within short range.
But wouldn't they be firing through the tree line?
It's only a
So I
single
went straight
tree.
up.
Well, think about it like
No,
this.
fair
They
enough,
can
fair
get
enough.
down from the tree
Fair
and
enough.
start
Stop
firing.
disabilitying my game.
Fair enough.
So first one,
Hey, I was helping you, Andy.
13.
Mess.
And second one, 9.
Mess.
That's a miss.
Don't
You
worry.
got
Don't
2
get to
misses.
catch it and throw it back.
What do I actually see?
Well, you've seen me get off the cart
And there's
and get
3.
attacked.
There's 3 hobgoblins in front of him.
So who's it next?
It's my turn, but
Okay.
I'm trying to decide what my move is.
Let me just reveal the little map again. Okay, so you're still in the cart, I take it.
No, she went with him in the cart up
Yeah,
to the
she's
front.
in my cart,
Oh yes, yeah. So
and I've already gotten off. Well, no, because ordered the caravan to stop.
yeah.
I'll go check this out. So we're ahead of the cart.
Yeah, we were
In
ahead of the
between
thing.
the first cart and the broken down one.
Yeah.
I'm off my cart, surrounded by 3 hobgoblins.
Yeah.
And then she's on the cart on their cart still.
Yes.
So is there anything that your character might like to try and do? Although that it might take a whole action to actually reach the encounter if you're as far as back as
No,
that.
no,
no,
she's on the front of the caravan.
Oh,
She
the
moved
front
up with
one.
the other one.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay then.
She moved this cart here, up here.
I see. Okay.
That's where they are, and then they got off, and then Sam's got off as well. So she was where Sam was.
Okay then. So, anything that you like to do?
Can you...
Go out, Sam, if you want.
Yeah, I'll go up Sam, but I don't know if I can use a great sword, or my great axe and a shield at the same time.
No.
Great axe are 2-handed weapons.
Do you even have a one-handed weapon?
I have a mace.
It's
Mate,
something.
Mace
Yeah,
is-
it's something.
Mace
I would
is
say
D8, aren't they?
Use your great axe.
Yeah, because
I
don't
can
forget,
at least
he
provide
gives you disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I'll go over to Sam and help Sam out.
Imagine if Feral One Barbarian's got pack tactics.
Right, so...
There's 3 hobgoblins on him, so if you go and help him,
Yeah.
Don't
there's 3
encourage the
hobgoblins in
game
front of him.
Attack on the first one.
Okay.
That looks good.
It is good.
That's a 19 plus
7?
7.
Yeah, so that's 26 to hit.
That's 26.
That is a hit.
9 plus is 14.
How do you want to kill it?
Choppy choppy!
She's just killed 1. Next attack.
Second attack. How much you want?
18, that's good.
18 plus 7.
Alright. It's 8 now, isn't it? 5 plus 3.
Oh yeah, it's 8.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That moment where you forget your proficiency bonus.
So it's 20,
Said it.
26 to hit still.
Yeah, so 26.
Actually,
Choppy
that
choppy.
reminds me, I need to.
That's plus 5, isn't it?
6.
6 damage.
6 damage, okay. Still standing.
That's all I can do.
2 attacks
used
is still
to
good
attack.
enough.
Charles' turn.
Huh? No, it's not. It's
No,
the
it's the captain.
It's the
The
captain.
Oh.
Yeah.
The captain that I mangled.
Right. Let me have a look. Just got to read this a little bit first. So.
Yeah, I didn't change that on my character sheet, did I?
Okay.
Yeah, because it's +3 and 5.
Right.
3 + 5.
In its goblin-esque language,
Goblin.
the hobgoblin captain is uttering a command to its 2 hobgoblins nearby.
Go on to the arrows.
Yeah. And
Damn it, if only Jim was here, he could speak goblins. He always takes random languages.
You tried to make giant a thing. Did we need it in that campaign? No, we did not.
so uttering something and then pointing at your character.
Do they?
You know, and then pointing in its
Yeah.
own kind of language. So that's basically what it's doing.
Okay.
And so basically what it's gone and done, because it's like a leadership ability, those 2 hobgoblins, on their next attack, they get to add D4 to their roll.
Their attack roll or damage roll?
Attack roll.
Okay.
So it's like a special ability, like a
Basically,
leadership thing.
you're giving yourself more
Me.
chance to have your arrows thrown back at you.
So I'm going to
It works both ways, you know.
I'm going to dive bomb the 2 with the bows.
Okay.
So first attack on one of them.
Ba-da-ba-da.
That's a critical.
Oh!
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 Oh. 21 damage.
How do you want to kill it?
Off with the head.
Yeah, straight off with the head. Second attack on the other one with the bow.
Yeah.
That's probably a miss. Unarmed attack.
Well, what did you get?
Got like a 4.
Like a pathetic little bird feet sticking out.
24 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
And that's going to be 8 damage.
Ooh. Yeah.
But I'm also going to use a key point.
Is this flurry of blows or?
No, this
Hand of
is my Hand of Harm.
harm? Okay.
Sexy.
So I do an additional 6 points of damage to him.
Oh god.
As I like affect the death energy within him to actually kill him, like stop his heart.
Code yellow.
Very
I just told your
Mortal Kombat
brain
style.
Is he,
to tell
um,
your heart
Oh
to
yeah.
stop beating.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and then I go like sort of 30 foot up again.
Yeah, mobile is a completely disgusting feat. If you've got
I've just
flight
killed
speed.
those. I've just killed those two now.
I know, but with flight speed, that crap be broken. Oh yeah, it's my turn.
It is indeed.
Right, let's go in with the rapier on the one in the middle.
On in the middle.
Well, there's only 2 left out of your 2.
One's
Yeah.
injured, the other one not quite so.
Okay, so Andy,
Hello.
does a 20? Hold on. Does a 25 hit?
Kill it, Sam! Kill it!
Yeah.
Well, here's the fun bit.
Oh dear.
He's taking a divine smite.
This is the uninjured one, I take it, Andy.
Yes. Or do
The
you want to
injured
make
one?
this second level smite?
What, the uninjured
Sam.
or the injured?
This is the uninjured
This
one
is
he's
the
attacking.
uninjured
Okay then.
So, 15, 19 plus 4. He takes 23 damage.
How do you want to kill it?
Dead.
Divine Smitey of Mighty.
Basically, rapier straight to the heart, and just this blast of light as the divine smite just leaves a hole, a perfectly round hole in his chest as he just falls back.
And your second attack.
Yes, that's
On the injured one.
injured one. So that would be no, that would be I'm going to roll heroic.
Heroic.
That was on 7 and not the dice. So that's 14 plus 5, that's 19.
That is a hit.
It's already wounded. I just do normal damage.
Yeah. Ooh. That's 10 damage.
How do you want to kill him?
I'm just gonna, as I'm using a rapier, just slash his neck.
Yeah.
And it's like, he does, like, kind of the anime style of just does the slash, sheath the sword, and then the wound appears and just geysers blood.
Nice.
So it's just the.
The one's on your
No, he
side.
redraws his.
There's only the one left. There's only the captain left.
It is. And he's standing completely bloody
He's just like-
bewildered. Like, okay.
I spent weeks planning this ambush.
Does my character see this captain?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, because
I'll say you can all see them now. So,
what do I do?
Go to the
do you want to go
captain.
get him?
Go and get him.
God, it's so much fun.
I'm gonna go and get him.
Do it.
Why do I hear? It's basically, from his perspective,
What do I hear?
I just lost all my men. Why do I hear boss music?
I'm gonna use a heroic.
Plus 8. So that's 21.
That's 21.
That's a hit.
Come on.
This is heroic hit.
4,
Plus
5 is 9.
9 damage. Still standing.
Heroic.
Heroically.
So, how heroically are you? Describe what your character's doing. As your
But my
heroically.
character is like angrily running in, so maybe she'd like. Can I chop an arm off or something?
Well.
you tell me?
Yeah. Yeah, let's say that then.
And she's got another attack now anyway,
Oh,
so
another attack.
It's just like,
Do I do it again? Do I do
Ready
it
for this?
I wouldn't bother with it. Ah,
I'm gonna.
2. I don't think you could do
Yeah,
anything
you won't.
anyway,
No, I
Rachel.
won't.
Because I think he's got like 18.
Plus 8 is 10. Maximum you're going to get is 16, so I don't think you're going to hit anyway.
I'm gonna try it.
hey, you might be able to do something.
What if I get an?
You rolled a
Yeah.
2, plus your 8, so you got 12.
Yeah, no.
That's not going to hit him.
Heroically though.
I
Heroically miss him.
failed.
Maybe
So-
instead my axe misses him. Maybe kicks up some sort of like dust or something.
As
If
hits
it's his
the
next
ground.
turn, right? As it's his next turn, right? Okay. This is
Right.
what really happens. Right. As you charge, he doesn't expect you to be harmful. He goes in his goblin language, cute little tyke, and then his arm
is
gets
just
ripped
gone.
off, and you got it in your mouth, and he's like, "Damn!"
My character takes exception to that.
Even though
And
she
so, as a
can't speak goblin.
response, he's reaching out for his javelin, which I will give him disadvantage because he's armless, and he's going to try and hurl it at you. He's
At
got
her?
disadvantage.
At
Yeah.
me.
She's in close combat
I'm
with
right
him.
next to him.
Are you? I thought you just ran off.
No.
Okay.
No, she's going to stab him with it.
I will stab you with a javelin. That's probably a miss. Total of 10. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, whose turn
It's
next?
Troll's turn.
Dive bomb. I'm going in claw. Yeah, I'm going to go inside first. 27 to hit.
Yep, that is a hit.
15 damage, max damage.
Go on, describe how you kill him. Describe.
I've thrown down scythe through the middle,
Oh, so
and
like
then up,
Alien.
up through the head. So straight in
Oh,
there
you just went
from the back,
Mortal Kombat.
straight up.
Gosh.
That's going to leave a mark.
Okay, so after this carnage, the three individuals come up from underneath the
I thought you said that
their
before.
abandoned caravan
Just the
wagon,
individual,
rather.
basically, yeah.
And let me just go back to the actual page. Where the hell was I? Oh, there we go.
Lucille
Yeah.
basically just turns, like, as they approach, she
Wait.
says, "You were scared of those things."
Wait, because I took this hand off, I'm going to offer it to Morty. So do you want a hat?
Okay then.
I'll take it.
One of them is a noble, and there are 3 guards. And
What a job your cards did.
My character's going to like bound over to you and be like, "Eee."
he
Get head
thanks.
pats.
He basically thanks all of you, you know, for saving them from the hobgoblins. And let me just double check this point. He says that, look, is there anyone available to help us with our wagon at all? Our wagon needs repairing. And
Where are you journeying to?
I said, I'm journeying to Waterdeep.
Mm.
And I thought, well, I noticed that some wagons were leaving earlier, so I thought I sort of, trail on behind.
Like, Lucille kind of just beckons over to the caravan we're currently guarding. And it's just like, we'll be able
We're
to
on our
fix
way
your
there.
cart and you can travel with us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
But I expect you to make it our while. Basically, he
Worth
would
our
make-
while.
Worth our while, yes.
Alice is bored and she just goes back to I'll go back to our cart.
Yes.
And he says, of course. I am at your debt. And if there's, what would you require?
Chickens.
No.
Chickens?
Interrupting, just like, no.
What wares are you dealing with?
Yes.
Let's have a look.
We want half of everything on your cart.
Your boots, your clothes, your motorcycle.
No.
No, hang on.
We want your clothes, your jewellery, and your cart.
No.
Okay then. He basically has like bags of grains in the back.
Okay.
And,
Oh, we can make.
I'll lean into him and say, we'll take a quarter of whatever you make in Waterdeep on this. A quarter.
a quarter, and he says, "Yes, I suppose that is fair." He said, "In actual fact, I'm going to sack my guards, and I am willing to make you my guards." And as he says that, Bade shouts out, they belong to me. I'm the one paying them." "Oh, really? Well, tell me, how much per 10 day is he paying you?"
10 gold?
It's 10 gold each, but if you travel with us anyway, we can protect you and still earn pay. Lucille rubbing his hands together, just like we can do double duty here because he'll be easier to protect if he's with us.
And he says, "Well, it stands to reason. I mean, you all managed to fight these hobgoblins yourselves. I mean, none of the guards over here seem to be involved at all."
They just head under the cart with you.
And some of the guards kind of shout back, and he says, "Well, we're not paid to protect that merchant, thank you very much. They just went off in their own accord."
Okay, so what Lucille's going to do, giving his, the drill instructor back in the... He's going to walk over to the guards, being... How tall would you say the guards are? Like average human height?
Well, let me just say that the one you happen to know, called Sullerstag the Pole, he's the tallest.
The guards...
Yeah.
No, with the noble.
With that noble,
Yes.
yeah. They're kind of average height.
He basically, being taller than them and probably
Yeah.
muscular, he just goes, "You are by far a disgrace."
They look down.
Asgards. You couldn't protect one noble from whatever the hell they were.
One of them picks their nose. The other one is like scratching their head.
That was the most
And the other
pathetic
one
display
is
I've
like-
ever seen
almost
outside
looks like-
obstacle course.
And the other one looks a bit intoxicated, like he's probably had a teensy bit of a trick.
While he's talking to the guards, I'll go to the merchant or the noble and say, "Look, give us 5 gold per week each, and a quarter of whatever you sell in
Making water deep.
making water deep on this. Give us a quarter of that, and we will protect you as well."
Why don't we just load
That
in their
seems fair.
stuff on our cart?
Yeah, that's what we were going
Yeah.
to do. Just leave his cart.
and then you're joining the wagon train at this location. I'm literally telling him what to do at this point. As soon as I've told him,
Yeah.
I will fly back to where I was originally
Yeah.
and perch back on top of it on the original cart.
Bade kind of sort of looks at you and says, "What are you exactly?" He's kind of curious this time. It's like the first time he's ever said more than one word to your character.
Yeah, and it's also.
I'm going to lean into him and say, "I'm an arrow rocker. I'm a bird person."
Says, "Thought I'd ask." And he reaches out for one of the bottles of beer. "Do you drink?"
No.
Oh,
well, I'm gonna
give
need
it to him.
yeah. And
Oh no,
you probably
Lucille's
snatch
still
it.
like. He's going like full, like, parody kind of level drill instructor on these guards.
Like Full Metal Jacket style.
Like, basically, he's like, all of you down and give me 300. Like, push-ups. I'm lording over to them like I killed 2 of those things and it didn't even faze me. What do you think? It's basically, I just killed all the guards out there. What do you think I'm going to do to you?
Okay, they all go flat on the ground.
Start doing
One of them
push-ups.
is like really struggling to do even one.
Here's the thing. I pick up the shields
Yeah.
of the hobgoblins and I lay them on their backs, making it harder for them. Get the short swords, the long swords, and plunge them into the ground right next to their heads, just to send that fear response. And he's just like, "You are not to leave here until you have completed 300 sets of push-ups." Like, just going full angry on them.
Yeah.
And like he basically says, "And if you move, I will know about it. You've seen what my Ararocca friend can do. You will sit here, do 300 push-ups under all of this weight, and then you will march to Baldur's Gate and sign in with the Paladin School. Because there's people there that will whip you into shape."
Oh, okay, one of the guards is like, "It's a guard's life," they said.
Guards.
"Get money and happiness and beer," they said. I shouldn't have listened to my mother.
Is that what the guard?
That's one of the guards saying it. So everyone else is leaving while they're doing that.
Basically, Lucille is giving them a very exorbitant, like very difficult and draining task. Basically, intending for them to just die here. Because I'm sorry, they were given a job, they were paid to do a job, and they completely messed it up. Lucille, going back to his paladin, well, how he kind of is.
Yeah.
They screwed the pooch.
Yeah, it's basically like, no, you failed. This is your punishment.
Okay, well the noble introduces himself as Albert the Bloated.
Is he fat?
I will squawk to him
Absolutely.
and says, "I don't care what your name is."
Sit your ass in the
They said,
cart and be
"Suit
quiet."
yourself." As
You
long
already
as
know
you,
what his name is
as long as
anyway.
you do your
I
guards
know what his name
duties.
is exactly. I don't need to know.
You don't need to memorize things because you can see them.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm going to just slot the wheel back on, put the
You're getting help from other people as
yeah,
well. That are
and we're
sort
just
of
going to
lifting.
tie it to my
Yeah.
cart and just drag it along.
So basically, he's going to be riding right next to his cart.
Yeah.
So we've got an extra
I
cart
thought
on
we
the
were just
side.
pulling behind.
Oh
pulling
yeah. So we've got an extra cart, but I'm going to be keeping a whole eye out again. But I'm going to be more vigilant. I'm going to try and be more vigilant.
Because imagine if we walked into that.
Okay.
You don't need to sleep anyway.
Nope.
Yeah.
They don't know that either.
You're approached by a female human guard,
Yeah.
and she introduces herself as or Vustia Esseren?
I heard that wrong. I heard Orbustia.
Well, you could be right.
What is it with my mind tonight?
I'm here, of course. I explained it. The
Yeah.
Andy effect.
Andy's
I was
effect
gonna-
is finally rubbing off on me. Oh,
beg
God,
your
that's
pardon?
a horrible thought.
What, Andy rubbing off on you?
I need an adult. Wait, I am an adult.
There's your adult.
I need
No.
an adult. I need 2 adults.
There's one, there's the other.
She's basically guarding the 4th wagon.
Yeah.
And, you know, she kind of introduces herself. And she seems quite eager. You know, it's almost like, wow, this is like, she's never seen fighting like this. She's like, I said, I can't believe Lucia von Randenau. I've heard stuff about you.
My
My
character
gosh.
pops her head up and glares at her.
And he says, honestly, I went out drinking with this paladin, right? And his name was Kurt, right? And yeah, and he said, and I was telling him about the amazing stuff about you, and he just seemed, and I'll tell you what, he was in tears. He was in absolute tears, and I'm sure they're tears of joy. I think they were tears of joy. I can't always tell.
He basically just goes, I'm guessing Kurt, they probably weren't of joy. But, and like, he actually offers his hand for her to shake it. Because, of course, he loves his adoring fans.
Yeah. She reaches out, she touches, and then she's like,
Like, it gives her a proper handshake. And
She
it's just
does.
like, well, if you keep up idolising someone like me, you're surely to learn a few things.
yes, sir. She stands to attention, sort of offering a salute. The handshake she does give is quite strong. It's almost like,
And Lucille's actually quite impressed. He's like, firm handshake. Good cue of a warrior.
and she's like a real sort of, she's like a teenager, really sort of.
Like, no, she's kind of like the giddy teenager
Yeah.
sort of thing, yeah.
And I mean, she's in the 20s, but she's kind of like still got that spirit. And then she's like making her way to these two characters, and she doesn't do the cute little tyke thing on you. You've realised that the women don't do that to you. The women level up to your character. It's mostly the men that kind of have this sort of condescending
Cute
sort of
little
look down on you.
I could probably like lift those men over my head.
You probably would.
You could probably pick them up and suplex them.
And then she approaches you thinking, wow, what are you? It says, I saw you flying everywhere and, you know, beating the life out of these hobgoblins and stuff. So that's amazing. You some kind of wizard?
No,
I'm a bird.
I am a bird.
I said, wow, that's fantastic. I've never seen... Oh, my gosh. I'm glad I've come along on this journey. So I got so
He does
much to
like-
learn.
He does like the very flamboyant hair flick.
And as she's going on like this, you notice that the merchant she should be protecting is like shouting, Orvustia, come over here right now. I got duties to do. Hope you don't mind.
He basically just goes, well, if you're available tonight, I could give you a quick sparring session.
Oh, wow. A girl can dream.
It's not often that I allow my services to help with other people in these feats of fighting.
Well, I won't let you down, Lucille.
Boring fan.
Sir, shall I call you Lucille?
Yes, you may call me Lucille. Now, I believe we have a thing to go. We have a road trip to get back to.
Fighting.
It is literally just going to be sparring.
Oh, is it now?
What was it now?
Remember, this is me we're talking about. Mr. Asexual of the group.
Okay then. So are we moving on?
Yeah.
Yep.
We are indeed. Right, I say that we got. We'll do one last event before
Yep.
we close up for this session. And so what I'm going to do is, please may one of you please roll a d12.
Oh, D12?
Yes, please. And
never
I'll still say that you're in the field of the dead. So
10.
10.
Kind of liking it here.
Of course you would.
Okay then. Okay, so you're kind of approaching towards the end, or almost close to. Let me have a look at the map. Yeah, because generally you'll be heading to where the troll claws are, the coastway and everything. So maybe about 1 or 2 days away from there, you reach your next stopping point for the night, and you notice that that there are some travellers that kind of hail. There's 2 of them, and they're quite 2 female humans, quite buxom, and they're
Why
asking.
did you both look over at me?
So you like your adoring fans.
Oh yes.
And they're sort of saying like, "Are you headed for Waterdeep?
Yes.
Oh, can me and my sister come along with you?
Why?
We need to get to Waterdeep. You know, we want to see the sights. We want to see the excitement. We heard so many wonderful things about Waterdeep."
Lucille kind of just rolls his eyes at this because coming from Waterdeep, it's just like, it's not all great. It's not as great as you think it is.
The sights, the sounds, the wonders.
And the giant 30-foot statues that'll kill you if you commit a crime.
You notice that Losvia's Longnose is kind of taking a bit of a sort of interest to them. You can see like he's drooling at the sight of them,
It's just like,
and he's polishing his nose.
oh god. Right, you can accompany us, because the nobles in our cart sat down, but we say like, we kick the noble out onto his own cart, and then just have the women travel with us, because I don't trust why he was polishing his nose.
No, not that he's the guy.
So they're coming along on your wagon, your cart?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just like, hop in, we'll sort out the details later.
Okay, so they both introduce themselves as Arietta and Zelina. So that's their name, so I'll add them to the thing.
I'm gonna try and suss them out.
Okay then.
I'm gonna try and work out what they want.
I'm
I'm not talking to them. I'm just gonna like look at them and see what they want.
Yeah, sure. You're not quite sure per se.
So like from what they said, they like want to go to Waterdeep and all that. I'm just gonna try and like work out why they want to go there and if they're telling the truth.
Okay, so would you like to make a roll of some sort?
It'd be insight, wouldn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Insight.
Like
Yeah.
That's a critical, and that's a 27.
I'll write a
I
secret
think
note.
I've worked something out. They're assassins.
I actually want to know how to sing that, like the actual Japanese lyrics, and probably I actually even do a cover of it. I don't know.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You need to play the.
Or hell, I might do like an English dub of it.
You need to do play the Yakuza games.
Yes, I do. I've only seen parts of like a dragon. And I know there's a boss fight with Kiryu in there.
And it's
And you don't even win it.
Yeah, because it's Kiryu.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I haven't got that far yet.
I am keeping a special eye on them.
Okie dokie. Right,
Where do I
well,
see?
I'm going to end the session right here.
Okay.
We'll end it on this note. And
I am actually keeping my eye on them as well. I am literally going to
They're
be
dragon
focused on
cultists,
them.
aren't they? Or thieves.
Dunno.
I've only revealed something which I wrote in
Yeah.
a little bit. That's what
Okay.
I'm going to say. So, but yes, yeah. I think it's the characters so far, as I say, they're
We've just gotten through the Valley of the Dead.
Yep, the Fields of the Dead are approaching the coastway about a few days towards the Troll Claws. We'll be continuing the next part what might happen next.
The next part of The Marvellous Misadventures of Lucille von Ronzanor
AKA
will
Tyranny of
continue
Dragons.
next time. Bye for now.
Have fun.